Coach Frank.
Yeah. Alright, so you guys already know where we're at. We're at the UK's worst skate park, and Ashley's going to give us a little tour, show us around, see what's what, and if there's going to be anything new coming, he might tell us, he might not, we'll see.
So basically, this is the UK's worst skate park. It's not the worst as much anymore. As you can see on the left, you've got the worst quarter pipe in existence. We'll show you a close-up of the coping on the side of it. You've got the bowl, and that's kind of it. That's the entire park. One thing that we're planning on doing, once it gets approval, is getting rid of this entire second coping. So if you actually look closer, the original from like 20 years ago is under there, rusting away.
Well, I never knew that.
Did you not?
No.
No, so yeah, if you look further down, it's like here.
Oh yeah.
It's so visible.
So it's just another one plugged straight
So
on
they've literally
top.
gone, right, that one's rusting away, let's replace it. No, let's stick another one on top of it.
See, that would have actually been alright.
Yeah, because it's flush, it's so nice.
This is actually like a nice little grindable thing, so you don't have to like almost ollie into it.
Exactly, but you know what the council are like, they just thought we'll stick another one on top of it and that'll work. But
That's
we're not all
crazy.
about that dangerous life.
No. Although it is like almost like really good for like a tail slide.
See, that's what it's
Or
good for,
something
because
like
yesterday at the event the guy was doing front slides on there and you
Yes,
like lock in so well with them.
And it was actually sliding super nice.
Yeah.
It's like a proper rail.
Yeah, it is, literally.
Just plonked on top of another coping.
That's it. So the plans for this, if we can't somehow manage to get rid of it, is, well, the main plan is getting it all skimmed over, getting it freshly concreted so it's actually smooth.
Yeah, because you can't see it on the video really at all, but this concrete here is almost like it's grip tape full of air bubbles.
Yeah.
It's literally bumpy and wavy, so like something to get that flattened or just go over it completely.
I mean, if you go to your kitchen utensil drawer, grab a cheese grater, and you know, maybe just feel it. That's how the skate park feels.
You get a similar vibe.
But just don't try that at home. But yeah, it's very rough, so it needs a complete reskim, and then and a little insight is we will be repainting the entire skate park like the Port Carverton skate park, which is in a JPEG image just here. So we're going to get it all completely red, and then white lines going through it. And once that's been reskimmed and painted, it will look brand new, and it'll actually look really good. And that's early stages. That's like phase one of the complete rebuild.
So why don't you tell us a little something about the remnants right here?
the unpressure washable concrete mix. So in that episode, I actually somehow managed to Google the wrong mix for cement. And the ratio of cement is 3:1 concrete, not 4:1. So it was very sandy. But I think towards the end of the mix, the concrete kind of like was a bit more thick. It's a lot thicker here. But that will be going.
Didn't someone skate it like while it was
So
setting?
yes. So and I unfortunately know the people that did it.
Accident or on purpose?
Not on purpose, I don't think. There was just skating the rail next to it, and then ended up going a little bit further over. But yeah, so that was just a little test as to how it would skate if we concreted up to it, and if it was worth doing it round the entire thing. It was actually worth it. It did skate like an actual quarter pipe
For a brief time period?
for 2 days. And then we got the pressure washer in and then tried pressure washing it away. But apart from that bit that didn't want to move, so I think we're going to get a hammer and chisel in there. But as you can see, the remnants of what was there, and the old coping which is there as well.
Yeah, I can't believe that I never noticed.
Look at the gappage.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, well, look at the gap there where they've just stuck it.
Yeah, when I got it yesterday, I was like, dude, you could actually stick your fingers under it.
Yeah. There you go, I've got slimmer fingers.
What did they do to bend this rail? Like to get it to come all the way around?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I'm pretty sure it's welded in 5 different places.
Yeah,
like, that's one
there's
there.
there's one up there.
Yeah, very poorly welded as well, man.
Let's talk about the wall ride. Who built this, Mark?
So that was actually that's probably been there for maybe 2 years. And that was
real.
That was like, it was at the start of lockdown. They actually put that at the top of the slide to stop people going down it. So even though see, this is the crazy thing, the council don't maintain the park, but when it comes to when the parks were all getting locked down in COVID, even though it was all overgrown,
they suddenly wanted to know.
No, they didn't even do anything to the park. They just fenced off the slide. The skate park was left. They just fenced off the bottom of the slide and then the top of it, and that was stopping people from going down it.
But they just never collected it.
They never collected it. There was literally, it was like 2 weeks ago that they collected the last bit of fence that was around the slide.
Was there fence around it? I never
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah. It's in one of the videos actually.
We'll have to find that and chuck that on the screen.
Oh no, it's not there anymore. The council come and took that away.
No, I mean the video.
Oh yeah, that's there.
So have you got any plans for the area at the top of the slide?
So the slide is staying. It was actually supposed to go, and a lot of people were sad to see the slide go because it is probably the most uniquest part of the skate park.
Yeah. How are they going to get rid of that though?
Exactly. Well, they'd have to chop it in half, and well, probably chop it into 4, and then just put it on a flatbed truck and go. But then you're left with a huge cobblestone flat bank. Which we was then thinking we maybe could like get something skateable out of it. But at the top of, well, we'll head on up there. So this would all be reskinned with concrete, so it'd be completely smooth. You'd have a volcano smack bang in the middle. And then, for example, you'd have a flat bank here, and then a flat bank over there.
Right.
So you could hit that line to and from. Quarter pipe there, and then a quarter pipe there, so that you could go that way and just have like multiple objects all the way around. It's kind of like if you were to look from above it kind of look like a clock.
Oh, sick.
And then you could go that line, you just keep going. And I think that because it's a perfectly symmetrical circle.
Symmetrical circle?
A symmetrical circle, yeah, you heard it here first.
Is this all council owned land?
Yeah, so this entire area is called Primrose Gardens. Well, the crazy thing is that skate park was left. And as you can see, just through the break in the trees, they have just recently done the basketball court.
What, renovated it?
Like completely, yeah. And that cost, I think that cost like £30,000. Don't quote me on it, but I think it was around like 30 grand. And it didn't really need doing in the first place. And then just not a stone throw away, you've got this monstrosity that needs a lot more TLC. And with 30 grand, they could have completely changed.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been a new skate park.
Yeah, for real. You could easily have, like you said, put up some ramps up here, flattened out the ramps down there, sorted out the coping situation.
That's it.
30 grand goes quite a long way.
Yeah. So also in the early 2000s, which a lot of people probably didn't know, because I didn't know this, they actually had a snowboarding jam on this very rail. I'm pretty sure the camera won't do it justice either, but it is crazy steep. At the same time, very, very low. Like you could easily get onto that from here. Look at the size of that beast.
We need like a protractor to get the angle on this bad boy. Literally, that's like straight down
into the oblivion.
It's a vert rail, almost.
I ate a fly.
Oh.
Jeez. Straight to the golf tourney.
Yeah.
The final part of the skate park is right here, the metal quarter pipe. This thing has a coping that almost sticks out as far as the double barrel one over there, but this surprisingly isn't that bad. It's probably the most redeeming factor of the skate park.
One thing that I must add though, it is actually uphill skating,
yeah.
which you wouldn't even be able to see it on camera, but you actually have to take a running start, and when you actually get to it, you've lost most of your speed anyway, which is the only unredeeming factor of the only redeemable factor.
Is it welded into the ground?
It is bolted into the ground. The bolts are welded.
Oh, so you can't even move it.
So you couldn't even move it unless you had a petrol grinder or a electric one.
But yeah, so what's the plan for this bit behind it?
So with this bit behind it, it would be nice to get a complete, I was thinking a pool coping quarter pipe all the way around.
Yes.
The idea to get on this entire wall would be like pool coping quarter pipe all the way around to about here, where it would then go into a flat bank, and then it got to about here, and then it just carried on as another pool coping quarter pipe all the way around there. So you'd have quarter, flat bank, quarter, so you could do tricks from the quarter into the flat bank. Obviously this wouldn't be here. I think that'd work really well. I feel like it kind of...
Yeah, because it's the perfect shape for something like that.
Exactly.
Like, curvature around it, definitely going to fit. The only, yeah, like you said before, just need to smooth out the ground a bit.
Also, may I add, this is another thing that I've never mentioned in a video. Here,
Exclusive.
this is exclusive. So obviously you can tell where I'm going with this. This used to be a rail.
What? What, from there to there?
From there to there, and it was actually really good. It was a kinked rail, and it was about this high here, and it got to about here, and it went up to about this high, all the way to here. So you actually couldn't skate it this way. It was high enough to hop onto from a BMX, but then they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit, because Because then when it got to here, it was too low for a BMX.
Yeah, 'cause the wheels
then they
would
would
touch
just
the
roll
floor.
straight off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that used to be a rail there, and another thing which is crazy. So if you can see the little square in the middle of the bowl, that used to be a metal kicker,
What?
and it was just bolted into the ground, just like that one there.
Where did it go?
It just went that way, and every time you landed a trick, you would land about here. So you'd roll straight off into the double coping. Because all of these extras were added at the same time, about 10 years after the park was first originally built.
So when was the park first built?
To me, it's actually still a mystery. All I know is it's older than me, and I'm 24, and I think it was around about 27 years ago, but I still could be wrong. It could be even older. Originally, it had the name of Kelvin Bowl. That's what it still goes by today, because there used to be some flats just down there called Kelvin Flats, and that's what all the locals named this place after that. To this day, it's still never had an official name, which if you actually go on Google now, I don't know who's done it, but it's called Ashley Mercer Skate Park. I don't know if anyone's seen that. My nan sent me a picture yesterday. It was like, have you seen this? And I was like, no.
That's awesome.
But yeah, on Google now it's Ashley Mercer Skate Park, which we're probably going to change. I think I'm going to resort to the internet and having a vote on what we should probably call it, because it's them that's made all this happen.
You could do like
within reason.
You could do like a fundraiser and be like £2 for a vote and get them to do
That's
it like
a good
that.
point. That's
and
a
then
really good
anything
point,
that goes
actually.
into that.
I'll write that down in my book in a second. Yeah, so 10 years later, so it was probably like early 2000, like 2002 maybe a bit later. Kicker got added here, metal bar around the edge got added, and then the quarter pipe there was all added at the same time. So before all that was there, and the rail too, but before all of that, it was literally just this bowl. That's all it was before.
Alright, so that's pretty much it for this skate park. Obviously you guys already know what it is. This park has been in renovation for a few months now, and there's still so much more to come. Let's say thank you to Ashley for giving us a tour around the park, and obviously for doing all the work that he's done. All his links are going to be down below, and when he eventually does do a fundraiser to raise money for more parts of the park, I'll definitely be sure to let you guys know on that as well. But anyway, you want to say anything about it?
Oh, say that again. I was always going for that.
But anyway, thanks so much for being in the video.
Thank you for having me.
You're a legend.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for everyone watching the videos and who's been supporting me. You make it all possible. Lots of love.
And shout out to everyone that came to the jam yesterday. That was dope.
Yeah, you guys
are awesome.
Absolutely killed it.
Love it. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!